Greetings from the Traditional Yoga Association. Since a few of us, all lovers of yoga, got together and formed the Traditional Yoga Association, we also focused our energy on its project called MUKTI. MUKTI raises funds for good causes. In India, we have built schools on the sites of bonded labor. We supported a women's shelter. And very specifically, at the moment, we are supporting a home for children just outside New Delhi called Karamag. We have also been able to donate to charities in England, specifically homelessness charities like Crisis and Launchpad in Reading. We will put links for all of these at the end of the film. Taking the yoga beyond the mat, our teachers have done sponsored sun salutations to raise money for MUKTI. They've given Bollywood balls. One even shaved her head. All sponsored, and our patron is Trudy Styler, actor, director, and wife of the gorgeous Sting, who once donated tickets to a concert in New York that we raffled, and the lucky winners went back for a meet and greet afterwards. This year, though, we're raffling this magnificent Ramayana, published by Vedic Cosmos and gifted to MUKTI to raffle. There are two sacred smriti, remembered texts, that hold pride of place in the Hindu Dharma. These are the Mahabharata and the Ramayana. Both are what are known as itihasa, that is to say, a record of historical events. The term itihasa could be translated as "it was said that," thus referring to the verbal tradition of these texts that were handed down for centuries before committed to paper. There is contention about the exact date of these, certainly a long time prior to 300 BCE. The first sage to narrate it was the great sage Valmiki. He was a wise poet and philosopher, but atoning for a wrong he had felt he had done, he sat down and told the story of the great prince and avatar Rama. Of course, within it, there are countless lessons for us living here in the 21st century. This publication, with its exquisite detail, certainly lives up to their heroic lives portrayed in the Ramayana. In this stunning edition, the original Sanskrit is translated into both Hindi and English. The translation is done by scholars of the highest order so that it is easily readable and loses none of the power of the original Sanskrit. Beautifully designed to create the impression of the first palm leaves that these would have been written on, that rest alongside each volume in the drawer. So whether you want to study it in English, Hindi, or the original Sanskrit, this edition provides the means. And by the way, each volume comes with its own beautifully designed metal bookmark. Throughout, in addition, in each page of text, the detail of the illustrations draws us into the intrigue and beauty of the unfolding story of the scripture. Here, for instance, we have the wedding of Rama and Sita, and then the tragic moment as they leave the palace and Ayodhya with Lakshmana to begin their exile. The scripture is illustrated by artists who have clearly grown up with and are thus familiar with this text, bringing not just extraordinary skills to their illustrations, but also a sense of deep devotion. It was created for the devotee who clearly wants to read and study this text. If you intend sitting and meditating for a while, you can set it up for such study. Then it becomes possible to read the text, make one's own notes, and even sit in silent meditation in front of the text. What I find particularly useful is the way practical considerations have been applied. For example, none of the drawers can fall out, as so often happens in small chests. Each volume has weight, and I mean that both ways. But in the removing and returning of the volume, there's no struggle with the drawer. It was designed and built to offer and receive the volume with ease. Usually, when we buy a book, we consider it as something we personally wish to read. The Ramayana has always been a text that it's possible for the whole family to study. And here we have a publication that everyone in the family can enjoy. Furthermore, it is an heirloom, something that can be passed down and survive many generations into the future. Each generation being inspired anew, each generation enjoying a renewal of faith as this flawless rendering of this ancient text is revealed. In this way, it is a gift, not only for ourselves, but a gift into the future. One of the most loved Sanskrit chants, the Aditya Hridayam, is found towards the end of the great battle being narrated in this text between the forces allied to our hero Rama and the demon Ravana. We all stand on a battlefield, and the battle is always for our attention. Will it be claimed by the forces of darkness, our ignorance of our own true nature, or will we orientate our awareness towards the light, towards transcendence, in which we know our wholeness, our fullness, our perfection? Rama in this battle stands for the light of that self-knowledge, and Ravana for our darkness, our ignorance of it. The battle had been raging for some time, and Rama, looking across the battlefield, feels his own exhaustion and his own doubt, as we all do from time to time. The sage Agastya, who had been assembled with the sages and gods observing this battle, steps forward and tells Rama he is going to teach him a hymn which will restore his strength and vigor and ensure his victory. He then narrates the hymn we will shortly begin to hear, the Aditya Hridayam. Information about how to enter this raffle will follow. Enjoy the chant while you note these details.
ततो युद्धा परिश्रान्तां समरे चिन्तया स्थितं रावणं चक्रतो दृष्ट्वा युद्धाय समुपस्थितं दैवतैश्च समागम्य द्रष्टुमाव्यागतो रणाम् उपागम्य ब्रवीद्रामं मगस्यो भगवान् ऋषिः राम राम महाबाहो शृणु गुह्यं सनातनम् येन सर्वा नरीन् वत्सः समरे विजयिष्यसि आदित्य हृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनम् जयावहं जपं नित्यं अक्षयं परं शिवम् सर्वमाङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनम् चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमम् रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवसूरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विवस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरम्